spot, guys. Hey, welcome to Untitled, the hottest art video magazine in all of the world. Tonight, we're celebrating Glenn Goldberg's artwork here at La Bodega Art Space and Studio. Let's go inside and take a look. This is Glenn Goldberg. He is the artist here tonight showing at La Bodega. Tell me a little bit about your work.
This show I sort of conceived as a shop. So we've got some clothing. I like to screen images on clothes. I make a lot of beanies. These are t-shirts. We did some simple prints with some of my people. I've got my images that I like to use over and over again and put them in different contexts. The name of the show is The Word Is Not the Thing. It's not my quote. It's sort of a philosophical quote. I'm interested in physical language and the unspoken, although obviously there's a lot to say. So the word is not the thing. It just reminds us that there's a separation between what is and how we call it, what we refer to it as.
I would agree. Sometimes you can't even describe things in words, right? So
yeah, that's a beautiful moment.
Yeah, that's a beautiful.
Just take it in.
That's right. And at that, we're going to go take and look around and take it all in.
I really dig the red circles you've put only in the four corners, that you differentiated the flowers in the corners versus the rest, and then the dichotomy of like the dots in the flowers matching the dots in the eyes, and like the tiny eyes and like the dots realigning themselves around the eye. And it's interesting because like it's a very minimalistic motion, but it's clearly very important in the piece.
We are here with Chuck Webster, and he is a good friend of Glenn's.
Yeah, for over 25 years.
25 years, wow.
He was my teacher in 1993.
93, wow. What do you think of the show tonight?
The show's amazing, as it is with all of Glenn's work. You know, there's a presence to them, there's a narrative presence, a physical presence, you know, a mystery and a kind of acceptance of where you are with the work. He's one of the best artists around. I've been fortunate enough to like share studios with Glenn and like be around him a lot in the last 5 years, and so it's added a lot to my life just being with him. He's a good man.
Right on.
The belief of making and that process, that transformative process, it really is special.
And speaking of making, we actually sent our cameras out last weekend to see him set up the show.
Okay.
So we're going to cut to that right now, and then we're going to come back to the show here, and we'll see some more stuff and interview with some other people. Any last thoughts?
I don't know, just keep going.
Party on, man.
Party on, Garth.
I'm just trying to figure out, maybe we could even do it this way if I just get a sense of what might be good, you know. Because if we do the birds black, the red's still going to show. And then I'll put the eyes. That's my instinct. And plus I like the idea of two black birds.
So we'll do black birds
Yeah.
first,
Yeah.
and then red on top.
I think so, yeah. What we're doing here today is we're making a very simple silk screen on some nice printmaking rag paper. 2 images, and then just eyes. You always need eyes in the creatures. They're two lovers, two birds that are lovers because their beaks are touching. Will sit within a dog.
I've worked with Glenn he was one of my professors, Parsons, 8 years ago. And yeah, we've been buddies ever since. He's like one of my art mentors. I'm really excited to have him show in this space and be able to like collaborate with him. Okay. Ready?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Let's do it.
I've been working in this way for a long time, even though the image has changed. So a simple way to put it is I work in sort of basic categories. For years, I was making work that was sort of my idea of idealism, up in the sky, so uninhabited by people. I like the idea of a place that's peaceful and loving. So when I speak of heaven, I don't mean it in an emphatic sort of religious way. I mean it in terms of an idea, like this place up in the sky. I love the idea of it, but no, it's not. For me, it's not related or tied to religion. That idea is liberated.
We are adding the ink to the screen so we can print the second layer of Glenn's artwork.
Nice simple print. 2 colors, 2 images, one solid, one open with the dots. It's nice.
These are looking great. Here's the last pull.
Is this a big event?
Yeah. So you're pulling it.
I'm pulling it.
It's the last one.
Okay, here we go.
You were totally right about the blackbirds.
How's it going tonight, Lola? Good. Was it sour? Is that around? Are you done with your interview? No. What else do you want to talk about? Unicorns and rainbows. That's my favorite subject.
It's also like, it's kind of like playing with that like notion that like the first thing anyone will look for in a piece is eyes or a face or something recognizable. And it's like taking that notion of like, all you're really looking for here is 2 dots on this dog and like reducing that as far as you can.
Hey there, and we are here with
Willow.
and La Bodega, checking out Glenn Goldberg's work. Tell me, what do you think of the show so far?
It's very, very, very beautiful. I love the simplicity of it, and I love the colors and the creatures. It's very cool. And the Aboriginal aspect, I like it a lot.
Oh, excuse me, breaking news. We have a speech going on right now, so let's follow. We'll continue.
So let me introduce myself. My name is Miguel Ayuso, and I'm the owner of this place, of this humble place where you, frankly, have the honor of being inside of. So sometimes I'm humble, sometimes. So thank you so much for being here. And before I get to the main part of this, I'm going to ask you for a favor, just to look around, because this place is about community. So if you see a face that you don't know, feel free to say hello to these people, because we're building this community, okay? So before I introduce our featured artist, I'm gonna introduce the person who is gonna introduce him. So Johnny, this is Johnny Thornton, our gallery director. I think he has a special connection with an artist, so he's the best person to do it.
Hello. I've never done this before. This is my first time. I'm really excited to have Glenn showing here. He was one of my mentors in grad school, and he really changed my perspective on not just art, but life. And I'm really, really happy and honored to have him here. So if you'd say a couple words about your work, I would love that.
About my work.
About whatever you want.
Okay.
Say hi. Say hi to people.
I'll be brief about it, but when Johnny was a grad student, he was extraordinarily kind and going through some very difficult things, right? Health things, right? And I won't go into it specifically, but rather extreme thing that he was going through, and he was always handling it so beautifully. So we would talk, every couple of weeks in the studio, and got beyond, which happens a lot, and there's a lot of other people here that I feel this way about, beyond like the, setting of teacher, student and all that. You become, hopefully, friends. There's a human quality, there's a closeness that often happens in sort of art schools between some teachers and some students. So Johnny and I certainly had that. And you try to stay in touch and you hear about what y'all are doing afterwards. So Johnny said to me, hey, I'm running this place, would you want to do something? And I said, sure, of course I would. So here we are. And the idea was to kind of take this place, which Miguel just mentioned, like a loving, warm community kind of spot. Miguel's always teaching kids here, and running things in the back that are extraordinarily welcoming. Johnny's running that space up front. The fact that it's in a storefront, feels appropriate for the kind of vibe and the energy that these guys bring to it, and it's very, very natural for me to want to jump in on that and work together. And the kind of energy that's in here tonight, everybody feels comfortable and just everybody's talking to each other, and that's where it's at. So that's basically what I have to say. So many people here are important to me, even if I don't see you very much. And the older I get, the more meaningful it is when people show up for me. So I want to thank you all for coming, and thank Johnny and Miguel for being, in my life now and doing this project together and printing T-shirts and having some fun. And have a good rest of the evening, and it's great to see you all, and I appreciate it sincerely. That's what I have to say.
So, let's keep the party going. Que siga la fiesta.
This t-shirt is by Glenn, and basically I was here when this was designed, and basically this is something he gave to me to show that I'm a part of the gallery. I hope you guys come visit La Bodega Gallery because it's a great place and you will enjoy it.
I think it's pretty cool. I see his work's always evolving and stuff. He taught me at school, and he never really showed me any of his work, but it's surprising to hear someone speak about their life and themselves, and then to see their work, and it's like kind of contrary to what you would think, but in the same breath, it kind of connects the spaces, the gaps, the questions that you might have about that person. So it's rewarding to see some of the work that we have here.
He's like an urban Zen master.
Glenn is a very cool guy.
You heard it here first, folks.
There's a comfortability in the work, an accessibility to the work that feels surface level, but clearly it's taken a lot of development. Like these shapes, you've clearly spent enough time to know that these are like the refined shapes that you're really looking for and how you want to play with them, and like regardless of how simple they might seem on like their base level, you've spent a lot of time with them, and I think that's interesting. I care. I mean, I care. I want to go to people's stuff and look at the stuff. Like.
That's the one I like. Okay.